love life. It's 18 minutes past 8 a.m. And it's a Wednesday, hump of the week, and it's time to talk about sports in the locker room. That's what we do. My name is Ayokunmi Kekireakun. Great to have you join us as you always do. Just sit back, relax, and look forward to what is going to be a beautiful, beautiful show. And you know that in the locker room, it is never a case of me being here by myself. Never, ever. That is because I'm being joined by the one and only. You know her. You definitely love her. Tega Supreme. Tega, good morning to you.
Good morning. Oh, I'm so glad you have all these things open. So, good morning. What happened? Last night they beat my San Antonio Spurs. I, I almost cried.
Thank God you didn't cry.
Almost. It's just that I'm from Nigeria. There are certain things that don't hit me anymore. But yeah, it was sad. I was expecting that, when Bayana was going to win one cup. I know it's the NBA Cup. It's not, like the championship. But it was so sad. And then he'd lost his grandmother in the morning.
That's just terrible.
So such a terrible day for him, and a terrible day for me too, because my car situation. Anyways,
It is well.
it is well. So that was one bad news. We had some other news that Nigeria is trying to go to this America that they have given them shadow ban
By force, by fire.
by force.
You
But
want to enter from the back door.
Donald Trump even gave them shadow ban. Nigeria is now trying to go to the World Cup under a shadow ban through the backest of doors.
The buckets of those is correct.
Because yeah, the issue is the ineligibility of DR Congo. Now, FIFA cleared the guys to play. So under FIFA laws, there's no ineligibility. But according to national laws, they are not Congolese.
So how did FIFA clear them?
I beg, these questions are FIFA's own is to say, yeah, from Congo, bring proof. If they brought passport proof, or my father is from Congo, so I'm switching allegiance to Congo, FIFA will send you. Now, if your country, on the other hand, says dual citizenship is not legal, that's you and your national laws. So, when they were saying these things I was like, Nigeria, please don't do this. Let's have some shame. Me, I'm shameless. So if they give me the ticket, I will go. But I'm shameless like that. But I was saying, you people should have shame on my behalf. You know, only for Nigeria to now send an official letter.
But the thing is, Tega, looking at this whole
There's a
situation,
difference in FIFA laws and national laws. There's nothing that we can do about that. If FIFA cleared them, FIFA cleared them.
no, let's just be hypothetical here. Didn't DR Congo also play Cameroon before they played Nigeria? So won't Cameroon also have a stake in this?
These are the questions. Because if they say Nigeria should go and play the playoff, Cameroon will be like, Ace,
I mean,
they beat us first.
exactly.
So Nigeria will not have to play Cameroon on a day that they will have to fix, because there's no more
International windows.
extra window for you. Okay. Let's see how it goes, whatever that is. All right, but today we are not focusing on World Cup. We're going to focus on Africa. This is our 5 minute AFCON review. Remember, AFCON starts on the 21st of December. So we're doing our AFCON review. And today we're talking about the heavyweights, our favorites to win,
Mm.
and our dark horses. And today we will all pick. I'll pick, Ayokunmi will pick, and Joshua will pick. But before we do any picking, Ayokumi, tell them how they can be a part of the locker room so they can tell us their dark horses too.
Let us know those dark and light horses of yours for the AFCON. Join us on WhatsApp, join us on YouTube. The WhatsApp number is 0911 999 0981. 0911 999 0981. That is the WhatsApp number. You can also join us on YouTube this morning and leave your comments there. We really want to know your favorites and your dark horses as the AFCON is around the corner. YouTube, you can find us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Leave your comments there as you always do. Hey, you know that we love to hear from you and your comments as well. All right, so let us begin this journey taking a look at what's to come in the AFCON. AFCON is starting on the 21st of December. That is a couple of days from now, and we are all very excited for what is to come. So,
all right, so let's start with what's happening in Morocco. First of all, let's look at the favorites. Who our favorites are? I had on my list of favorites, and I will break down as we go. I had on my list of favorites Cote d'Ivoire. defending champions.
Mm.
Even if they left out Nicolas Pepe for obvious reasons, and Adingra. I also had Senegal because Senegal came through the qualifiers unbeaten, and they conceded only one goal.
Right.
Yeah, so they conceded only one goal, won 5 out of their 6 matches, went through the qualifiers unbeaten. All right. Then I also think Egypt because of Mo Salah and his team rallying around because of what there's other motivations apart from the fact that they have 7 titles, and you can never count them out. You also have to count the fact that they now have extra motivation. All right. So the last time they won, I think, was 2010. So
It's been a while.
yeah, it's been a while. So they'll be looking to push. So uh, I had Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, and of course, home favorites, uh, Morocco,
Morocco.
especially if Ashraf Hakimi is really coming back. If you have Ashraf Hakimi, you have Brian Diaz. That's
Mm.
back midfield. Just put anybody in front.
I mean, they have
They'll have
up
an
front,
up front, so
Ziyech.
just put anybody up front, and you pretty much get a goal. So those are my favorites. For those reasons, Senegal again, like I said, because of their build up. I did not mention Nigeria. I, like most people, believe that Nigeria will be knocked out before the final. Victor Osimhen has still not come to the camp.
Where is he?
These are the questions, and your team cannot win without Victor Osimhen. So if you're looking at the form of Nigeria and the build up to this tournament, it's not exactly perfect. So despite the fact that the likes of Iwobi, who scored this weekend? Did Iwobi score? Was Calvin Bassett? Did Calvin score?
Chukwueze assisted.
Chukwueze assisted.
Um,
Yeah, so there were
Canvas scored,
yeah
yes.
a few Nigerian players were doing some stuff for their
Their
clubs.
clubs.
Yeah.
But I'm still the form doesn't let me say that they will get to the final. In fact, I'm saying quarterfinal for Nigeria, as I'm here like this quarterfinal. So that's not. Then my dark horses, of course, would be DR Congo if they let their citizens stand. DR Congo is dark horse now. That's why they're dark horse. DR Congo and maybe Mali because of no, I'm sorry, South Africa because of the team they have. So my outliers are South Africa and DR Congo. All right, so Ayokunmi, you have yours?
All right. Yes. For me, I have two teams that stand out for me as those should I say favorites, and they're also on your list. Talking about Morocco and Cote d'Ivoire as well.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Morocco because both teams have been in very frightening form.
Yep.
Looking at qualifiers, beating everybody in their path, not conceding goals. And you look at the host factor for Morocco is right
Oh
there.
yes.
The
it's right there.
motivation to finally crown all their sporting development efforts over the years with a first AFCON win since 1976. They have the players, the talisman are there. Everything seems to be
And they have
working
the
out.
investment. Everything is working
Everything
out
is
for
there.
them.
They just need a win. Their women had 2 opportunities back to back to win
And
AFCON.
we,
It didn't work out.
South Africa stopped them, then
Nigeria
Nigeria
stopped
stopped
them.
them.
So they're
and
doing
we stopped
something
them
right.
again.
So just like Senegal before they won in 2019,
Yeah,
they
they were building.
they
There
were
was a build
building.
up.
So Morocco definitely are one of those teams that you have to look and say, with all the players they have, they definitely have a shout. Cote d'Ivoire as well. Have been in crazy form,
Yep.
not conceding goals, beating everybody in their way, defending champions. They have the squad, and it seems like MS5, since he came in during the last AFCON, knows what he's doing.
Yeah, knows what he's doing. Like I said, that Nicolas Pepe's own is the only shock because he's in great form and he's a winger. And then you also have to think of the fact that Sebastian Haller picked up an injury
Yeah.
Right,
During the week.
right,
during the
right,
week.
right,
But last AFCON too, he didn't play group stage. Then he now came to final to do damage.
right.
So the fact that they don't start well doesn't mean they can't finish well. What of your
Exactly.
dark horses?
But dark horses, well, I'm thinking one dark horse
Okay,
here,
one
and,
dark
and that
horse.
is Mali. Of course,
Okay.
Mali aren't one of those, should I say, teams in quotes when you talk about African football, but they've been solid qualifiers. They played 6 games, unbeaten, 4 wins, 2 draws. Some solid players in there, so they don't have that star power.
Yeah,
have
but
some
they have a
solid
good
players
team.
in there.
I
Talking
remember
about
how Cote d'Ivoire knocked them out.
yeah.
That they had to pour our current coach water on his head. It was shocking
I
because Cote
mean,
d'Ivoire was literally on the Okada home.
yes,
And then
yes. So I'm looking at players like Yves Bissouma,
if
Amadou
he's fit.
Haidara, if
Yes.
he's fit, to do a good job in that midfield and control things. Hey, you never can tell.
Never can tell. Okay, so Joshua.
Okay, so we shouldn't rule out the North African teams like Tunisia, Algeria, and also Egypt. But Egypt, I won't push for Egypt that much because it's just based on past glory. They're based on past glory. That is it. And okay, and Senegal. Also, Senegal is a very, very huge African team that's pattern of football is very, very huge, and they play fantastic football. We also look at the young players that are coming out in the Senegal team. Like they have really young players and energetic football they play. So Senegal, I'll push for Senegal as my top teams. Senegal, Burkina Faso, also Algeria, Morocco, and Nigeria as well, because you can't rule out. You can't wait. Sorry.
Leave the studio.
You can't rule out the effects. Like we perform badly, yes, truly, but there are some stages that we reach and we tend to show the power that we have.
Okay.
So that is it. So we can't rule out Nigeria. So that would be my top teams for the winners of AFCON. So my dark horses will be Gabon. Should I go with Gabon? Gabon. I'll go with Gabon
idea.
because Gabon has experience and also they have what's it called? A new team they're trying to grow. Yeah. So we see them bringing most players from France and Spain. So they're trying to gather some players, and with the experience and the new legs, so they will be able to get the anthem high, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So those are, you've heard our dark horses, you've heard our favorites. What are yours? The numbers to send your messages to are
0911-999-0981. Also leave your comments on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. We'll take a quick break right now. When we come back in, we shall get into the nitty-gritty of the show, talking about AFCON pre-friendlies. Super Eagles falling to defeat against Egypt last night. That and so much more on the other side. Keep it tuned.
Exactly. You are putting Super Eagles. Egypt.
Super Eagles should have been one of your dark horses. not I'm sorry, not favorites.
Yes, if Super Eagles win this, they are winning this as an outlier.
Yes.
They are not
as a
favorites.
favorite.
I don't
I see. There's no AFCON that goes out like that is coming up that Super Eagles is not among the top.
Now you get to, that's why I say they'll reach quarterfinal. That's top now.
There's no AFCON that forget.
But yes, that's why I say quarterfinal now.
No.
Quarterfinal is top now. Is it bottom? I didn't say group
for the past
stage.
two AFCONs, we third, second.
I didn't say
for the past three AFCONs. So we have been
say
performing.
we win. I didn't say we
Maybe this time around we'll win it. You never know. You never can.
I say if you win it, you'll be winning it
You're
as
winning
a dark horse.
as a dark horse.
You're not winning it as a favorite.
Because you're talking favorites, you're talking your Senegals, you're talking your Cote d'Ivoire,
your Moroccos. That's favorites.
Even Egypt,
I still don't.
In fact, even Egypt is more favorite than, because they do better.
See, if you speak based on form in the last, after last AFCON, what has the form of all these teams been like?
And think about it. Super.
We're
not changing your mind, though. You can wear your green every day. I need Super Eagles to be in Morocco for as long as possible. The longer they're in Morocco, the longer my sponsorship continues.
Do you know how bad it is for you to say, okay, Nigeria is playing X team, and you're not sure, can we beat this team or not?
Hi.
Before it was Nigeria is playing Tanzania. Now 5-0.
You understand? That's your bet. 5-0.
Sure.
You go that time. You go buy goat meat. Call your friends to be drinking. Now you can't even buy meat because you may choke on the meat. Dark horses, now they be dark. In fact, so we'll just rush this.
Senegal will be very, very, very huge favorite in this AFCON.
Okay, Drogba is not agreeing with you. Okay, Drogba is not agreeing with you. He's wondering why. No, it's not Yol, it's Josh.
We did Yol, it's not there.
It's Josh.
I did not put. They know Nigeria in my list. Favorite dark horse. South Africa is my dark horse. In fact, my favorite dark horse.
Even they deserve an AFCON win at this point in time.
They have tried. The whole improvement.
Unfortunately, there's no diplomatic incident to give them the AFCON win. They only need to
1996.
They should just end on this thing and not the World Cup.
I pray for that too. It's just that they know how to disappoint me. I expected them to lose, and they disappointed me and won my group. All right. So when we come back, we'll just rush through 2 minutes per
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Mati won FIFA Women's Best as
Once
well.
you win Ballon d'Or, most in general, apart from that time there was controversy that people now use FIFA to console Vinicius Junior. Ideally, if you win FIFA, you're winning. If you win Ballon d'Or, you're winning FIFA most
No,
likely.
no, they're consoling Real Madrid.
Okay, yes,
No, they're
so that they will
consoling.
not quarrel and they will not sue
She's,
them.
she's the one.
She's not.
She's the best.
She was not the
She
best
wasn't
last
the
year.
best last year.
She didn't
Or
even play half
this
of
year,
last
Sha.
year. She was sick. She wasn't the best last year.
I still wonder how she was the MVP of the Women's Euros.
Because
I
do
still
you
can't
understand?
figure
Because
that
she
one
didn't even
out.
start the
She
women's
didn't
heroes. Yeah. She wasn't the best last year. She was half.
She was injured
Yeah.
during the beginning of the Euros.
She was in the hospital that we were not even sure she was going to come out in time. We know. This one I followed this one. This one,
it's
Betmead,
Spain, or Barcelona.
Betmead should have won this year.
You know
But
what they are
Betmead
good
doesn't
at.
have PR.
PR is important.
That is it now, Barcelona and Spain.
PR is very key. And we're back. It's the second half of the locker room on a Wednesday morning. This is Smooth 98.1. This is your love music, love life, love sports station. 34 minutes past 8 a.m. Ayokunmi here. Tega also in the studio. Josh sitting in with us as well. We are taking a look at what's going on in the world of sports, and you get to play a big part in proceedings. Join us on WhatsApp, join us on YouTube, leave us your comments, let us know what you are thinking. The WhatsApp number is 0911-999-0981. YouTube, you can find us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos and leave your comments. Trust me, the funnest things go on behind the scenes on YouTube. That is where you definitely need to be. All right, let us get back into the stories here. We're still talking AFCON and the Super Eagles, really, because Egypt earned a confidence-boosting win over rivals Nigeria just days before the tournament begins. A 2-1 win for the Egyptians last night.
Yeah, it again before this is a friendly. I'm just going to say, and by the lineup that Eric Shell put out, you could tell he was trying to look at the extra pieces. Maybe he knows his 11, starting 11, or like most of us think he doesn't know. Maybe he knows the starting 11 because what he did yesterday was to play the names that a lot of people were not familiar with.
Yeah.
A few not in their natural positions, but an opportunity to get minutes. All right. And so they came on the game. So I'm not judging him too harshly. They were able to get a goal from Awazim, but they lost the match ultimately to Egypt, who know how to. I think the thing is, Egypt know how to navigate a win. Because if you watch the match, they're not necessarily dominating all 90 minutes. They have moments. They attack, they contain, and then they attack, and then it's great game management. They know how to win, and that's how they're able to win. So I'm not judging Eric Shell on this one, but you look at the players that he brought in, and you wanted to see a bright spark of one or two great pieces. What's the name of the Fago man that people were talking about?
Salim Fago.
It's not it. I didn't see anything yesterday that would impress me to say, oh, this is a good backup. Do you understand? When you saw Akko Adams the first time, what did you say? Wow, Abi? Because he still needs polishing, but you could see that there was something. I didn't see in this boy. So those are the things I was looking out for that I didn't see. The Akin Samero, guys about to spoil somebody's father's name. But that guy that Ayokunmi pronounced his name well. It's not a bad performance. But mostly not an impressive one.
Well, let's hope that come Tuesday against Tanzania, the Super Eagles will up their game and get a win to start the tournament. And let's see. Anyways, let's move on to the next story here. Still talking about the world of football. Barcelona midfielder Aitana Bonmati has been named the Women's Player of the Year at the FIFA Best Award for the third year in a row, while England manager Sarina Wigman is Coach of the Year for a fifth time.
Yeah. Again, like I said, for the Ballon d'Or, I don't think Aitana Bonmati was the best female player this last season, which is when everything, all the way to August, which when everything was collated. She lost to Arsenal in the Champions League. She lost to England,
England.
in the Euros final. She didn't for some of the most of the season. She was also injured. She didn't have a great season, but I don't think a lot of people watch women's football, and so they just pick their best player. She's there's no question about it. She's one of the best players on the planet. The issue is, was she the best last season? The answer is honestly no. But hey, she won this. Unlike Serena Vikman, who for a coach, you count the coach's success is based on the success of their team.
Yeah.
If someone can lead a team to back Euros, and the English team wasn't fantastic, wasn't the best team in the tournament. The best team in the tournament was Spain. Then they wumbled and fumbled. They really started coming together when they got to the semis, and then they beat Spain in the final with a tactical masterclass. It wasn't brilliant football. Spain did the playing, England did the winning. So that one, Serena Vigman, well deserved. On the men's side, of course, Luis Enrique and Ousmane Dembele.
Your
I
guy.
think the I think the biggest issue we're now arguing about was when the FIFA Best Award came. Somehow, Lamine Yamal had moved down and Kylian Mbappe had moved up. So this is what I say about doing the awards immediately at the end of the season. Because what's Kylian Mbappe doing on that list in second?
I mean, based off of the time frame
Yeah,
for
based
the
on the
award.
time frame of the award. No. I don't care how many goals he scored for Real Madrid. What did they do? They didn't win local. They didn't win continental. France didn't do anything spectacular. What? Based on what? So ultimately, those were I think that those were the only things that changed, but it was always going to be the minute Ballon d'Or was done, it's most likely that the Ballon d'Or winner would win FIFA Best.
Yeah.
Except when you want to bribe Fiorentino Perez, then
You want to calm him
you
down.
can calm him down. All right, next one.
All right, let's talk about what went down in the Carabao Cup last night. As Chelsea held off a League One leaders Cardiff City to secure their place in the EFL Cup semi-finals with a hard-fought and absorbing win in South Wales. Josh, it was 0-0 at halftime, if I'm correct, and at the end of the day, Chelsea were able to pull this one off.
Yes. So it was a new introduction of the younger players into the Chelsea team, and we could see that they were struggling in the first half. That was why it was goalless, and they missed opportunities trying to get themselves together, understanding themselves. It was difficult. So there were a lot of loopholes and struggles in the first half. But the second half, then the changes were being made. Introduction of Garnacho and some other players, which are the starters of Chelsea, and we saw that we could score, and the chances that were given to the players that came into the second half, they got their goals. We ended the match 3-1.
Yeah, I think ultimately this is what I'm always worried. I'm like, okay, this is a Carabao Cup against Cardiff City. It's not better to start the Yao Pedros, the Netos, the Gamachos, then when you're leading like 4-0.
Now bringing the
You
younger
cannot
guys.
bring in the young, but Maresca started the other way around. Now there are risks. If you bring in the young guys, and Cardiff City now scores 4 goals. It could be, but I always think that you should start on the first, beat them well, and then rest players. But hey, Maresca decided to start the other way around. But he's through. Next up is Manchester City, Brentford today.
Today.
Yes, Manchester City, Brentford is today, and then Arsenal, Crystal Palace is tomorrow. Now, here's what is daunting about Arsenal, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace haven't played well at Selhurst Park, but they do well on the road, and
Right,
they are
right.
playing at the Emirates. Arsenal are the same at home.
That could
Now,
mean
Arsenal are
something.
good at home, but because it is the Carabao Cup, Mikel Arteta is going to mix and match that team. He's not going to put his best foot forward in the same way. He's not going to be.
But against Palace,
It's not going to be his best lineup.
They're missing some of their
It's
players.
it's
Most
miss.
of their
It's
players.
look. It's Mikel Arteta. He has the
Mm.
eye on. There are certain things, especially when you're looking for one of your first titles. I think you should go for as much for these little ones where there are opportunities. Um, but he probably be eyeing Premier League and Champions League and saving legs for that as opposed to this one. So I'm sure he's going to mix a match on Thursday, which is where Crystal Palace will have the opportunity to upset the apple cart. As well as they're smarting from the loss over the weekend. So they need a win right now, and I think they're going to come out full point. So that's the match I'll be having an eye for the upset. But Manchester City Brentford could also be a very tricky one.
Yeah.
Again, cup competition, Brentford has nothing else that they're competing in. They don't do Champions League. So if they can get a big scalp like Manchester City, then it'll be good. Again, Manchester City will be suffering from what Arteta is suffering from. He still has FA Cup and he has to compete into the later ends of that competition. Then he still has Champions League,
The
he still has Premier League.
chasing
He's
them
just
as well.
like, you know what? There's Christmas, Boxing Day football. There's no breaks, so he may have a question of selection, and that will also give Brentford looking. So those are the interesting ones in the Carabao Cup. Let's go to the guy that has the key to the city. No, that PSG gave the key to the city, not knowing that it will come to bite them back.
Well, a Paris Labour Court on Tuesday ordered PSG to pay Kylian Mbappe 60 million euros in unpaid salary and bonuses, bringing a partial end to one of the most acrimonious disputes in French football. PSG Onijaife, what's going on?
So they had promised Kylian Mbappe heaven and earth. Unfortunately, they had promised him on paper. It was not like, when that guy tells you that he's going to treat you well, you're going to have a soft life. Then 2 weeks after, he has seen another girl that is now the love of his life. So whose love of life changed quickly. But there's no paper to hold that guy. You just have to carry your breakfast and go. Kylian Mbappe said, "This breakfast, I shall not eat it alone." But Kylian Mbappe, truth be told, PSG were smarting from the fact that Kylian Mbappe walked away. And they felt like whatever promises they made was based on the fact that you'll stay with us. But you chose Real Madrid. Why do you still want to collect alimony when you're marrying the Prince of Saudi? That's all they want to know. And the court is like, the labor law is like, no, you have to pay what you owe. And I don't think it's just the money that they wanted. I think it's the fact that PSG also has to announce the final ruling. Yes, they have to put out that the court ruled in favor of Kylian Mbappe. I think for me, the money they can give away, but the fact that they now have to admit that Kylian Mbappe beat us in court.
I think that's even more painful.
That's more painful. If it's money, they can settle it. But I have to announce this on my social media handle, on my website.
Does this do anything to Mbappe's PSG legacy?
His legacy is what he did on the pitch. Whether they will acknowledge it is. Do you understand? At the end of the day, your legacy is what you do on the pitch. So regardless of how Barcelona sent Messi away, Messi's Barcelona legacy is intact. You can't change it. Do you understand? Regardless of how that relationship started.
Right.
So that's exactly what it is. So his legacy was on the pitch. Whether they acknowledge it or celebrate it, they may not build him a statue. That's what you're asking.
They've used statue money to pay him what
exactly.
All right, let's take your messages. This is from Tayo. Tayo says, former PSG football director Mbappe, dirty December, don't say
I'm telling you.
Super Eagles will surprise you because after every match, they'll go and verify the squad list and launch petitions against the team. We might not play football again, but nobody understands technicality more than us. Ivory Coast with the remontada at the last AFCON. And why is the internet asking if I'm 18 plus to view Pepe's girlfriend? Is she working with the government? She's a high-level individual.
Exactly.
I see nobody even considers Ghana winning the tournament. Why would I consider Ghana?
Ghana is not there. He's mocking us.
And when are we talking about Cameroon's dual list?
That's why they're not. That's why they're not on my list for anything. They're not dark horse. They're not favorites. Because really, when you think about it, you have two lists. I don't know which team to analyze.
Anglophone Cameroon and Francophone Cameroon. Play the tournament. This is Rebecca who says the NFF is like that father whose son failed his exam, but he objects by going to the school to complain that other candidates didn't qualify to write the exam as they didn't have birth certificates. You see that World Cup money, the NFF won't smell it. Develop our grassroots football, and we won't be trying to go to the Mondial through the back door. The backest of doors, Rebecca, backest of doors. This is from Stan who says, Gabon and Comoros, my favorites to win the Nations Cup. Believe this at your own risk. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Gilbert Musa from Festa, good morning, Gilbert, who says, On the recent performance by the Super Eagles' defeat against Egypt in the friendly, we need to look back from 1989 to 1994 when the Eagles were a force to reckon with. I suggest we hire our former manager, Clemens Westerhoff, as our consultant immediately.
Please, if we
He's
shall allow
still
him.
in the world of football.
Please, this guy is a pensioner. If we shall allow him to rest.
Westerhoff in 2025. Ewa Riniru says, even if FIFA were to rightfully disqualify Congo based on ineligibility of some of their players, they'd rather bring in another country to replace them than considering Nigeria or Cameroon. Why?
Why?
Biggie from K2 says, I'm tired of hope and prayer with special calculators to see Nigeria at the World Cup. Make we just stay here, beg, and focus on AFCON. At least semi-final is okay for us. Tega, the Arsenal versus Crystal Palace match has been postponed to 23rd, but both clubs appealed for it to be shifted. Okay.
Oh, I didn't see that news.
Okay, and Yele says the same. The Palace is going to play the Conference League tomorrow.
Oh,
okay. Yele from England. Yele, thank you.
Yele, thank you so much for that information.
Let me go to YouTube real quick. LK Adroba says, my people, compliments of the season, please. What is this I'm hearing that Nigeria can still make the World Cup? Don't get me excited for nothing. When is our locker room Christmas party? Organize LK, send invites out. We'll be there. Don't worry. Padre Pio says, I'm liking how the NFF likes to raise hopes unduly. You had time to win your matches, but chose not to. Rada in Tega's voice. And then Tega's and LK says, I don't know what y'all are saying about Nigeria winning the AFCON. We didn't say Josh said so.
Josh said it to me. I'm not there.
Believe.
They were not my favorites. They were not my dark horse.
And I have heard that says, congratulations to Ousmane Dembele on winning FIFA's The Best Player Award. All right.
On that note, I want to say thank you for sending your messages and thank you for sending in updates as you usually have. We really appreciate them. All right. So today is Manchester City, Brentford. We'll find out Newcastle Fulham. We'll find out who is going to for Cameroon or if they're going to take 2 planes. We'll find out and we'll let you know on Friday in our AFCON preview as a build up to AFCON. AFCON is starting on Sunday, isn't it? So we'll get ready for that. We'll also have a countdown for that because it's Morocco that starts against Comoros. Fantastic opener. All right. All of that and more coming up on Friday. But before we do that, this is the Hump of the Week Wednesday.
Yes, indeed.
Please go out there, enjoy yourselves, be kind to everybody, and stop hiking your prices for dirty December.
Bam.
Have a fantastic week.
Thank you so much, Tega. Have a fantastic rest of the week. See you on Friday. Thank you, Lagos, for all the messages and keeping up with us in the locker room here on Smooth 98.1. My name is Ayokunmi. 9 o'clock, a conversation will be had on Lagos Talks.
A conversation will be had on where?
Was it